Rob thinks it's brilliant. Chris Robertson thinks it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I've even got Chris's settings as a picture on my phone.
Hold on, let me just prepare.
So I've never been so angry in a video. Do you want to see the app? The app is absolutely brilliant. So what you do is you bring up the app.
I can't
And
and
it
feel that
says-
was a bit sarcastic.
And you press Lion, and you wait 45 minutes for it to load. That's one of the worst sounds I've ever
Glass
heard.
room.
There's no way you hear a Blackstone Cherry gig and that's the sound. That's what I'm saying. Oh man, that's a horrible sound.
Yeah.
I just don't know how anyone makes it sound good in a video. We'll ignore the presets because they all sound shite.
Yeah, so from what we can see, the 3 different options of cab, you have the red mode and the green mode, right?
Yeah.
So you just switch between.
Red flavour, green flavour.
Just
Which
flick
that
it.
switch is quite cool. I've never known something like
Yeah,
it.
just flick it up and it goes from green, the 3 greens and the 3 reds.
Yeah, it's like an uppy downy switch, which
And
I think
then
is way cool.
Off, I assume that's just there's no cab.
It sounds so. I just can't get over how bad the reverb is. Right, Strymon, you can change the reverb on it. So there's this room that is more or less. To change the size of the room, you hold it on, button down. These start flashing. Bosh, higher or lower. Green is less. Yellow's in the middle. Red's more. I just think set it on full and have less of it. Easy way of doing it. And then there's an acceptable reverb.
How is that colour system working on the room but not on the other part?
Well, okay. I was going to ignore this because I don't know if we do something stupid. So
Well, even if we are,
So this is a cab sim and an amp sim,
it worked on that.
and you can have both on, or you can turn one off and not the other off. So to do that, you hold the on button, and then with the drive knob, same sort of thing. You can choose. So on the far left, it's meant to be green, and that's the cab off. In the middle, it's meant to be yellow, and that's the amp off. And on the right, it's meant to be red, and that's everything on. However, no matter where you turn it, we've got this. I'll turn it to orange. That's yellow
Yeah,
and red together, and on the right is green. And going by the manual, it's not supposed to be like that. And no matter what setting we go on, when we exit out, both the amp sim and the cab sim stay on. That part doesn't work, but I'm a bit like, well, I was a bit like, well, you just leave the amp and cab sim on, but you wouldn't. If you go into the effects loop return of my amp, you'd want to turn the cab off. Otherwise, you've got a cab going through a cab, and that doesn't do that. So anyway, I don't know what's wrong with it. Something's not right.
Us, that's what's wrong with it.
It's probably us, but I'd say this is a lot simpler than that. This doesn't work unless you link it to your phone, which I found annoying. So I had to
Well,
download
it
the
works,
app.
it's just not the best sounds. Unless there's something
No, it
we
didn't
are
work
doing.
though. Without linking it to my phone, it did nothing. It was like, no, mate, not having it.
Oh yeah, you had to sync it first.
Yes,
Yeah,
I had to
just-
download
this,
the app.
This red light was just flashing between these.
And then I had to create an account and
Sync.
log in. So say, for example, you've already logged in. You go to a gig, someone's had sex with it and it's not working. And you're like, oh, I'll buy another one. And you're like, oh, God, I've got... You can't just plug it in and go, it's going to work, which annoys me to begin with. So you're going to have to sign in. And if you're in some of the pubs we've been in, they've never even seen the internet. So
Yeah, that's true.
they'll have to send a pigeon or something. To make an amp work, see this switch, then it works. I kind of feel like everything should just, if you turn it on, it should work. These are like the best. So this is why I wanted to try these. I think you could put this one, worst case scenario, if you had your pedal board and it was a silent stage, I could have this and just run my pedal board into this and that'd be alright. I wouldn't be too upset. I'd probably sack off the reverb and use a reverb this hammer. But that reverb is, For Strymon, that's really uninspiring.
Yeah.
Strymon, I know they do loads
Yeah,
of
the fact
stuff.
that you just said you'd sack off the reverb on a Strymon pedal, regardless of what it's for.
Yeah, but I see Strymon as the reverb and
Yeah,
delay
exactly.
kings. Uninspiring reverb for something that should have
Well, imagine if they put a Big Sky reverb in there, you might not want to get a Big Sky.
that's part of my thoughts, but still, I think they should put a better sounding reverb.
Yeah.
Bass, mid and treble, everyone knows what that does. Drive, come on, everyone knows what that does. And level is your volume. So it's like a DI box, but you've got a bit of EQ, you've got a bit more drive, which you could just have low and use your pedal board, because it just uses the end of the chain, which would be perfect for this. And that's your volume. It's got 3 different amps, which have annoying names. They should have just called it Fender, Vox and Marshall, but they didn't. And the cabs, there's 3 different cabs per thing, and the cabs change per amp. It's quite cool as an end of your board thing. I would not use the reverb in it. I suppose I should put a bit more effort in so you can hear it. What's it? Drive on full. This is delay. Okay, Okay, we'll go on the Marshall setting. Everything sounds better on Marshall. I know I'm on the neck, but whatever. If we go on the bridge... Apart from the reverb, it's not a horrible sound.
Yeah, that's
I've
alright.
put no effort into making a sound on this, really. The EQ's pretty flat. I mean, maybe I should set it more flat and, sounds way better. One of the other guys. Sounds actually quite good.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different, but not that one. But you could turn the bass down. But this is fairly easy to use once you know how to adjust the reverb. It's not too much to remember. Whereas this, I just think it sounds horrible. But it's got to be us doing it wrong, because there's no way a UA Lion sounds... Everyone says it sounds great. Chris tours with it.
Well, yeah, the preset sounded alright.
Did
We
they?
hadn't
That's what it's
played...
reloaded.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, let's do some cleans on this
Didn't
before we
do,
slag off the line again. I hate it. I'd go Humboldt. So that's with, well, flat EQ, fairly clean. Let's make it a little bit more. Let's go into a Positive Grid FRFR cab, the Positive Grid Spark cab. I would like to try it through the effects return, but what's annoying is it's not working without the cab sim, so that would just sound crap. Oh, there's nothing working! Why don't they work? Right, we're gonna make this work. Oh, shame this isn't live. We could ask people. Should we go live with it and go, look, people, why is this so shit?
No, because they'll all be like, you're a fucking pair of twats. It does this and this and this.
Well, good. We need to know.
Right, bass, middle, and treble. These are the settings that you got from Chris.
Whoa! What happened?
Right, so
How did you find this out?
here's one of the idiot things we were doing.
You're an idiot.
Above the knobs, we've got bits in gold. That says room, which is obviously for the reverb, presence, and boost. Right? So
25 minutes in, mate.
when you flick it up to alt, which is in gold, you can then control the reverb, the presence, and the boost.
Oh, so it's less crap now. So much better with the reverb off. Can you change the room so it's less of a shit room? That's the reverb they've chosen.
So
That can't have been the reverb they've chosen. Yeah, that's the one. Because you wouldn't. You'd go, that one sounds crap. Let's never use that again. So he goes middle, middle. That's on the top one.
That was off.
Bass all the way down, that all the way up. How high was this drive? Probably quite high, it's Chris. Oh no, that was on full, wasn't it?
Yeah, one of them was on full and the other one was somewhere around there.
Okay. Should I run it into this so we've got some reverb, because this is upsetting me about how awful it is.
That's quite the reverb you have there.
Okay, we'll have to run a Strymon reverb into it. Let me clean it up a bit. If you use a Strymon, you have to have a reverb pedal, which is a shame. But well,
Is it a shame?
Well, a bit of a shame, because I'm comparing this to the Humboldt, which I know isn't quite the same, but that's got a really good reverb in it.
Yeah.
Which means it's the same price probably. I don't know how much this is. $325. So that's cheaper than the Humboldt. Probably £150 cheaper.
Yeah.
Which
And then if
Can you get a reverb for £150 that's good?
I'm sure you can.
But pretty better than that reverb. So both these need a reverb. Whereas I'm like the Humboldt, 150 quid, it's got a reverb built in. £1. I could gig with just the Humboldt and a tuner. Everyone raves about them. And it's a bit like...
I think a lot of it might be to do with the fact that we spent so much time not knowing what was going on and getting angry about it that it's now put a dampener on using it properly. I think if you take it away, give it like, you know, a few tries, play around with it in your own time.
Should we do that then?
Well, now, yeah, or whenever.
You take that home and play it for a week.
I was thinking you would want to do it because you're the one that seems so angry about it.
I'm just done with the video. I'm like, I don't see the point of buying either of them.
I think
this does the same sort of thing though, but without the pain. I think the reverb on this is more usable if you put it on big mode.
Yeah, but there's more to do with this based on the app and what you can do that way.
Yeah, but I like not having to sync to an app.
Yeah.
This is way more me. Just turning your phone on to do a gig. I know you don't have to because once it's synced, it's synced.
But then
hopefully,
I don't think you'd use that over the DSM Humboldt.
Absolutely no. I wouldn't use either.
Whereas if you don't know about this yet.
I do. I'd use the Humboldt over it any day. Oh. There's no one going to a gig and going, oh, let me just absolutely no chance. I'm turning on my phone.
Yeah, there is that phone bit.
Do you know what I want to do when I get to a gig?
Yeah,
I'm going to play.
Let me take it away and I'll
put it in the bin.
Play around with it.
As a thing that just becomes your amp at the end of a pedal board, I would go for that because there's less problems. Like it's not going to sound better than
unless that does work without the app.
I'd still go for the...
Yeah, but you will now because you're angry about this.
Oh god, the cables are annoying.
Oh, now the
what has happened?
See,
I think everyone's wrong.
You remember with Chris though, he's playing high gain stuff all the
Chris
time.
from Blackstone Cherry is wrong.
Don't say that.
No.
But he's playing high gain rock metal. It's not like that is giving him his sound. That's just a convenience for him for whatever he's trying to do.
You know what? A Hall of Fame reverb, 150 quid. That's a really good reverb.
Which you don't use. And you got annoyed with because you didn't like a particular sound of it.
Got a Humboldt now. It's got the reverb built in.
You had already sacked off your pedal board before the Humboldt turned up. So have a rant to Pete and see what he says. He'll tell you to shut the fuck up.
Hi Pete. I think the UA line is shit.
Hey there, you got Pete's phone, can't.
He saw you as like, nope. I also think you need to eat some food and then you might feel better.
Do you know what? We'll have lunch and we'll come back to this. Don't like it, Steve.
It will be good.
It won't.
It will work.
I'm not reading that out, but
oh.
Mate, I'm crying. At least I'm in a better
So
mood now. I've spoken to Mike Bradley. He quite likes this. He borrows one for when he can't have an amp on stage, and you know, just whacks it in his pedal board, and it does what it needs to do.
Hey man, no, I haven't got one. I've used one. So when I've had to do gigs about amps, I've borrowed one off my mate, and then I've been on in-ears with it. When I have done it and I've heard it through I remember one time it was quite a big room we played, and I was going through it. So it was a nice big room, so there was already natural ambience and reverb there anyway. It was all right. I mean, you can't beat a real amp, but what is it you're not liking about it? Is it just sounding a bit naff, is it?
Should I FaceTime Chappers quickly and ask him about the UA?
Yeah, go for it.
Crap pedals.
Right, mate.
You alright, mate?
I think the line's great. It's just I've gone full circle because I got the Humboldt DSM, I got the Lion, I got the Vox AC30 version. Hey mate.
The Ruby.
I got the Atomic Amps thing. I went all the Boss thing, all through these. And at the end of the day, they're all shit. And nothing is as good as a proper little valve amp. And to be quite honest with you, I was thinking about making a video saying I've had it with all that stuff, and I've worked out a great analogy, which you're welcome to use as long as you tell them it's mine. But like, if you don't want to eat meat, you get a Beyond Burger, and I've worked out that all of these amps in a pedal are Beyond amps, and I'd rather have a grass-fed, hand-reared bull cow steak, except no one dies. So it's like, do you want a Beyond amp or do you want an actual amp?
Can I use anything you just said on a video? Because we will.
Use it all. I don't give a shit. Use it all, mate.
Everyone, this is Rob Chapman.
Hello, how you doing?
I think it's a great start to the video. This is how I compare it to a Beyond Burger.
So now you've calmed down.
No, I've calmed down. This is the Strymon Iridium, and this is the Universal Audio Lion. They're both cab sims and amp sims. I think they're alright, but do I?
Don't lie at the start of the video. I think they're all right.
That's not quite what I meant. they're all right. If you've got a pedal board and you're like, right, I'm not allowed an amp at this gig, you can whop one of these on the end, and they're okay for that. The Iridium's definitely better. I know you probably think the Lion is, but you're wrong. What I like about this is it's just obvious. Like EQ, I find the layout nicer. Same number of knobs, just I like it more. Would I get one? No. The reverb on them I think is pretty bad. This one especially, but it's not a reverb, it's a room sound.
Yeah.
We're about 2 hours in.
We're still talking about
and I keep comparing it to the DSM Humboldt. I didn't read the manual.
I think with part of the fact that we were struggling to get them to work, which isn't great in the idea of just wanting to use a pedal, but we probably expected more than what we were actually getting for this.
Yeah, everyone said they sound really good.
So like
they
the
sound
reverb,
alright actually. So
like, it doesn't have a reverb.
why would you want a room instead of a reverb? Why would you want a room that sounds crap?
We'd have got this working straight away and plugged it in through the Strymon Reverb. We would have a different view on it instantly.
Well, we're going to do that now. Chris Robertson settings. Chris Robertson from Black Stone Cherry. Bass all the way down. Mid, treble all the way up. Amp on red flavour up. This has to be set in the middle, and that's on lead. That's Chris's sound, although he probably uses more drive, but I want it a little bit clean so you can hear what is going on. That's a Strymon reverb going into that, because the reverb this we're not going into that again.
He had that on full, I think. One of them was
Yeah,
on full.
so let me just...
Did you send me the picture or have you got it?
I think I sent you a picture. Sounds great, and if we put this one on half, I haven't read the manual, like I say, but I think I know what it does. Right, so I think this works like a normal plexi. You've got your bright channel and your dark channel, and what people do, because one sounded too bright, one sounded too dark, you run one into the other, and you sort of have a combination of both, and you run a plexi with the channels bridged, and I think this is what it's emulating. It's got two...
You have that one like nearly full.
This is a massive guess.
Do you want me to put it the same?
Oh yeah, let's Chris Robertson it up.
I reckon it's about there, about
Oh, he has that one.
there. That was back there.
So it works as basically another bass,
So
treble
that
and
one,
bass.
Top
Yeah.
one there, that in the middle, that one. Yeah.
So this one will be your volume. Sounds alright. Let's clean it up. That's a super lead. I'm sure it's a plexi. I mean, it couldn't be more plexi looking.
Yeah.
Sounds alright. This is better than the UA audio. It's the Strymon Iridium. To me, that sounds really good.
I still think you've got some inner rage from this pedal
It's worse.
from earlier on, and I think this just needs more time and effort put into it. Which again, you shouldn't necessarily have to do if you're choosing which pedal you want.
Oh, I'm
That's more
really
convenient.
impatient.
Yeah.
So some people will, and you don't mind an app and a menu and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I absolutely cannot be bothered. I've played a lot of gigs, and not once did I have to sync my phone with my amp.
Yeah.
With that, you'd be so stressed before the gig.
You'd
have hard to punch someone.
I can imagine you literally launching that.
Yeah, I just prefer the Iridium. It's just that I think it sounds better as well. Let's do a driven sound on the Iridium. But
I
not
think
gonna
that what you've got currently, yeah, that does sound better than that. But I think
It's
this,
better.
you could make that
nah, you
what
can't.
you need.
This is an hour and a half.
This is the
footage
longest video on basically a single pedal, but two pedals.
on the channel ever. If you went into a shop and if you'd gone into a shop and tried these and you tried the Humboldt, you'd walk out of the Humboldt because you'd be like, okay, well, it just does everything I need.
However, if you went into a shop with someone who knew how to use this properly and quickly, you might go, wow, that's an amazing sound that I need. I don't know if everyone cares about reverb as much as we do. Kirk Hammett doesn't use it. So
what does he know? What
he's got-
band's he in?
Exactly.
Isn't he in Avril Lavigne's band? If you were doing a gig and you're like, oh god, it's silent stage, and you could, like, there were all of these at the side of the stage, you know, all the other musicians there. It's I don't know, a great evening with loads of bands, and they're like, do you want to borrow my whatever? I'd go, oh, can I borrow your Iridium? Because I would never pick. I'd be like, no.
Yeah, you're not going to take that and go.
You couldn't
okay,
borrow one.
I'll make that
Whereas
sound
this,
good in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You need to know what you're doing with it. All in all, DSM Humboldt was very good.
it was really, really good.
But yeah, I personally think they're both decent pedals. I think this will be a lot better once you've calmed down, had a think about it, spent some time. Once I've spent some time, because you won't bother, I'll come back and I'll tell you how this works properly. Why do some gigs not allow you to have an amp?
They like silent stages for unknown reasons, because sound guys can be...
I was just wondering why that you would need something like this if you had an amp that you liked.
Yeah, you don't need one, so don't get one.
Pete Honore has played it, and Rob.
Well, and they both said get a real amp.
They did say that.
I bet you
What you get.
£1,000, even if that did everything you said, I would still choose a Humboldt day in, day out.
You probably would choose a Humboldt, but I bet you £1,000 I can bring that back and make you like it.
Oh, I don't know if I bet £1,000 on that. I think your exact words were, you're going to take this away and you're going to make me like it. I haven't even plugged the guitar into it. That's how much I know you're wrong.
Oh no, the lights are flashing again.
Oh, brilliant.
This is something to do with
just
your
what we
studio.
wanted.
Your studio is fucking this up. There we go.
Oh, maybe it's just starting up.
Yeah, there you go. Stop moaning.
Oh,
that was going on forever the last time though. Play.
Oh, is it already set? Oh, crap. I'm just going to play it one more time. This is Chris's settings with less bass. Isn't it? Oh, it's a different amp.
From my discoveries of just playing around with it, I think the green flavours are slightly less driven, which I think we'd obviously like more in most ways, especially if you're playing cleaner.
Well, it's kind of humbucker then.
Go on, humbucker, give it some balls. It still should sound good.
I mean, it sounds...
I mean, it's not set for...
No. Should have set it for that then. Out of interest, what did your wife say about it?
So, I put a little test together at home. I played 3 sections of the same little tune I did with the Hello Sailor Effects Demon Drive, with the Womp Tumnus, the Demon Drive with a Snake Oil Very Thing, and then just the UA line. Her favourite was the Demon Drive with the Tumnus, which is also my favourite, and her least favourite was the UA line. And that was on a driven setting.
Oh, I'm shocked.
First thing you played though, come on, that was...
It sounded right clean, actually, in
Right.
fairness.
So first of all, clean, you like it, right?
Wow.
That's £1,000, job done. Next.
Oh, I thought it was that I'd like the pedal. I would never.
Well, you like that part of the pedal, didn't you? The sounds that came out of that pedal, you liked it.
What's happening?
I'm going to try and connect to it.
Oh, mate, I wouldn't bother. Look at it.
I played around with some different things, changed the cabs, changed some of the tones, blah, 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 and it sounded alright. What you've just played clean, you liked it as well. So that's already a big step up from the original video where you hated it and went to throw it in a bin.
In fairness, sometimes it's nice to spend 5 hours on something, isn't it?
It did take us a while, but when I took it home and played around with it on my own, it was a lot quicker. I'm not blaming you, but there's a common denominator in this problem. Reconnect your pedal. I don't want to. Tap pedal.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Tile.
We were using a quad cortex
Shouldn't
earlier. Do you
need
know how many times we had to reconnect that?
Yeah.
None. Would you pay 325 quid for that?
If I'm being honest, no.
Sorry, what's just happened?
I don't know what's going on.
I'm
this
glad this is rolling. Do you remember when you bet me £1,000 that I would like it?
Hold on.
Do you think I like it more or less now?
It worked without pairing, and I got good sounds out of it. So I think that you shouldn't have UA products in your studio.
You shouldn't have them at all in any studio. Do you want to know another bombshell? I spent some time with the Strymon Iridium.
Did you fix that problem?
So I did a firmware. It's failed 3 times. Yeah. So don't buy that. It's rubbish. However, the Iridium, we had a problem where we could only have it with the cab sim and the amp sim. Let me move that piece out of the way. It would only work with the cab sim and amp sim on. And I did a factory reset. So you hold this down and you have to turn the mid all the way down and all the way up twice. It resets.
That's a weird way of doing it.
Still doesn't work.
Oh. You come to a bombshell, thought, oh, it's going to be fixed.
So I'm not even going to plug it in. So
Fucking hell. Both pedals that you still fucking hate.
yeah,
I haven't played with this one,
you don't need to, mate.
but it didn't work very well.
Well, it doesn't work.
No, to be fair, the sounds were quite good.
This is better than that. If you
I like this pedal.
yeah, but you don't like it as much as that.
No, I prefer this pedal.
No, you don't.
I do.
He doesn't, does he? There's no way.
I somehow
No.
can get this to work at home and sound good.
Yeah, but
in here, it doesn't work and it sounds like shit.
That just sounds better the whole way through.
That sounded better in the video
Stop
that we
being
watched
silly.
it back.
Yeah, evidence.
This sounds...
In your mind.
This can sound better to me when I have it at home.
What did you play that through?
Valve amp. And yes, I just put it through I had it on my pedal board basically and just switched between that and the pedals.
Yeah, this is the same valve amp he played all the other pedals through, which his wife confirmed sounded better than this.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. In my opinion, you can't get a better driven sound than the Halo Solar Effects pedals.
But if you went into a shop with money, then people would like to know what they should buy. Iridium, UA Lion, or something else, or a Humboldt, or the new X Trident, or a Quad Cortex.
I'll go
Yeah,
Humboldt.
but I didn't sync it to my phone.
And yeah,
It works.
To be fair,
I didn't have to download an app.
the current...
It sounds good. The reverb's good. I mean, I'm trying to make this a short video. The list would go on.
I managed to get a
Turn
good
the
sound
things
out of that. It's something to
I
do
don't
with-
know why you're defending it.
Because I quite like it.
I don't think you do.
I don't like it enough to go and buy one.
There we go. Thank you for watching. And here's
But it's because I've got other
here's
things.
a video.
No, don't sign up. And the DSM Humboldt does beat that.
Can we
so.
stop recording now? I don't know why you're being so silly, Stephen.
I was just trying not to lose $1,000.
There's no fucking no. I'm not having it. You wouldn't buy that. There's no way.
No, I wouldn't.